empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been
Good evening. Join me here for Wolverhampton Wanderers against the Liverpool guys in the Emirates FA Cup. How are you doing? Welcome aboard. Good to see you there. Welcome aboard. You have joined me here on Realltom Football. My name is Tom, bringing you the watch along this evening, everybody, for Wolves against Liverpool live in the Emirates FA Cup 5th round. If you do watch the replay, please make sure you leave me a like on the stream and subscribe if you're new. Thank you very much indeed, folks. Everybody joins here today. Kick off on the way for you at 8 o'clock in the Emirates FA Cup for yet another edition of Wolverhampton Wanderers against Liverpool. And that kickoff time for you at Molineux once again is 8 o'clock. Big up and smash a like. Welcome aboard once again to everybody who has joined us here today on this occasion, where we get to see the same fixture within about 3 days, twice. And as you might be able to tell by the fact I'm holding a plug, is that I am just plugging the studio back in because it all came with me to Brighton after a rather marvellous Wednesday evening and Thursday morning in the sunshine. For anybody who would like to try and play Spot Tom, feel free to do so because I've spotted myself numerous times on TNT Sports. As I was in a front row seat at the American Express Stadium for what was a truthfully tremendous night. If you're an Arsenal fan, Manchester City dropping points, Arsenal winning against Brighton. And it was beautiful. It was sumptuous. What a night. What a night. I tell you, what a night. Is the game going to be on stream? Unfortunately, FaZe Audacity, I cannot provide you with that service, and that is due to copyright reasons. However, you can watch on TNT Sports 1 HD or TNT Sports Ultimate in the United Kingdom. You can also watch, however, via BBC One, BBC iPlayer, or the BBC Sport website. Also, tonight, if you are interested in a bit of Gear Six Nations rugby, ITV1, ITVX, BBC iPlayer, S4C, STV Online, S4C Online rather, STV Player, RTE2 and RTE Player are all showing that game between Ireland and Wales. Let's remind you of the weekend schedule. There will be no Monday night football. However, tomorrow is Mansfield Arsenal. Kickoff is at 12:15. You can join me for the build-up and coverage of that one for the Arsenal at 12 o'clock. 3 o'clock kickoffs, of course, will be not televised in the UK, so I'll be watching Soccer Saturday. 5:45 kickoff tomorrow is going to be Wrexham against Chelsea. That's on TNT Sports 2 HD, Discovery Plus, and also on BBC One, BBC iPlayer, and the BBC Sport website. But we're going to be doing the 8 o'clock kickoff of Newcastle against Manchester City, which is only on TNT Sports 1 HD, TNT Sports Ultimate, and Discovery Plus. Super Sunday will include Sunderland as they are going away to Port Vale. And kickoff is 1:30 for that one, so you can join me for a 1:15 start. Then at 4:15, we'll have the Norwich Leeds game as well for you, which is at Carrow. It is not at Carrow Road, to my understanding, is at Elland Road. So I do need to edit that in my schedule because I did put it down as Carrow Road by mistake. James is here. I have done my predictions. They're all on Saturday, yes. And I have done all the predictions. Yeah, there's quite a few EFL champions. I'm a bit, yeah, it's a bit strange. Sorry, Super Sunday. Like I say, Leeds Norwich will be our focus at 4:30. And yes, we are going to be leaving Monday out. And that game between West Ham and Brentford, we're going to let that one just roll through. You can enjoy that, though. And the FA Cup draw will also be available on that night. Our return to action after Monday will be hopefully on Tuesday for UEFA Champions League action between Atletico Madrid and Spurs, or Newcastle Barcelona, which is the game on Prime. I'll have that. And it is a 5:45 Wednesday kickoff for the Arsenal against Bayer Leverkusen away from home. 5:45 kickoff. So that's how we roll. Big up then. Smash a like on the stream. As always, please do make sure you share the channel around with your friends and let us know who you think's going to win via the poll, or in this case, what will be the result in 90 minutes. 3 votes so far and 67% back in Liverpool. So I'm taking that as 2 votes. in there for Liverpool, 1 vote for Wolves, and nobody has voted for a draw. You can vote draw because it does say what will be the result after 90 minutes, and there can be a draw after 90 minutes, but that, of course, will lead us into extra time. Right, there is an overlay, by the way, but there's no point in me bringing it on for you, although actually, yeah, there is, because the FA Cup doesn't have a website, so I ain't going to share it with you. We're going to be using our good old trusty partner of SofaScore, so let's have a look at our team news and our match information. If we go to SofaScore for all the details of this Emirates FA Cup clash between Wolves and Liverpool once again. Just a reminder, EFL Championship includes Preston against Oxford United tonight in the EFL Championship. That is an 8 o'clock kickoff, and it is a game which has Preston with the opportunity to move on to 52 points. If they get the win, that would put them to win 1 point of Southampton and to a point above Derby County and Watford. It would also put them to within 5 points of Wrexham, who are in the top 6. So Preston can get a huge win today and move themselves as high as 8th. Oxford with the opportunity to go on to 35 points, level on points with West Bromwich Albion. Their goal difference is better, so they would crawl out of the relegation zone if they can get all 3 points at Deepdale tonight, Preston North End. In La Liga, Celta Vigo against Real Madrid is the focus, and Napoli against Torino also happening. Bayern Munich against Borussia Mönchengladbach is 22 minutes in for a 7:30 kickoff. PSG against Monaco is also a game in Ligue 1. Our focus is on Wolves Liverpool, and let's have a look and see who the referee is. He is can't confirm it. Can I? Can I confirm who the referee is? Can I confirm who the referee is? I don't think I can. SofaScore is not appearing to provide me with the details, which is super, super annoying. Oh, well. Okay, team news, Sam Johnston in goal. Today for Wolves, a back three. For them, of Yursa Mosquera, Santiago Bueno and Totti Gomez wearing the captain's armband in that back three. By the midfield 5 of Shat Shua, John Rigner Bellegarde, Andre Gomez, I believe, is that? Angel Gomez, sorry. João Gomez and Hugo Bueno, 2 Buenos in the lineup. Front 2, Mateus Mane and Toro Arakadar. On the bench for Wolves is Daniel Bentley. Matt Doherty, Ladislav Krejci, David Moller-Wolfer, Pedro Lima, Tomidozi, Rodrigo Gomez, Adam Armstrong and Hwang Hee-Chan. Liverpool begin with Alisson in goal, a back 4 today for them of Curtis Jones at right back. Suspicious. In a back 4 with Joe Gomez, Virgil van Dijk and Andy Robertson at left back. Midfielders are 3 of Dominic Soboslai, Ryan Gravenberch and Alexis McAllister. Your front 3, Rio Angamo on the left. And then Cody Gakpo is the striker of choice, Mo Salah, to the right. And on the bench for Liverpool is Georgia Mamardashvili, Ibrahim Konate, Milos Kerkez, Jeremy Frimpong, Trainioni, Florian Wirtz, Kieran Morrison, Federico Chiesa, Hugo Ekitike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players out. Let me just get this all confirmed. Hang on a minute. Florian Wirtz was doubtful. He has made the bench. But Alexander Isak, Matoru Endo, Stefan Bajcetic, Conor Bradley, and Giovanni Leone all out and unspecified as well for Liverpool. Okay. We have 5 minutes to go till kickoff. So let me quickly go get my bet slips out of the wonderful jacket. And then we'll get TNT Sports fired up and ready to go for this match. And also for those of you who want to see it, I will bring out the match day program as well from the American Express Stadium. Because it was quite a special night. It was. Oh, it was. It was beautiful. I tell you, it was beautifully done. Plenty to dig through on this Friday evening. We have got the Ladbrokes 1-2-3 live and in play this evening. Well, not this evening, but you get the point. It was all sorted this evening on this evening's visit to the bookies. Just a free set bet builder, but a free set bet builder which returns £3.60 for £1 stake. It is for Hugo Ekitike to have a shot on target if he comes off the bench. Under 5.5 goals and Wolves to win or draw. Risky one, but why not? £1 for a tenner. Bayern Munich, PSG, Napoli, Liverpool and Real Madrid all to win. Will it happen? Ladbrokes 1-2-3 live and in play. Newcastle to win 2-1. Fulham to win 2-0. Leeds to win 2-0. And the same predictions on the other slip as well. 2 slips, as always, for the Ladbrokes 1-2-3. 1 digital via the bet station, 1 via one of the paper coupons. Mr. B. Harry, welcome aboard. We are doing the usual FA Cup schedule, really, for my liking. We are doing 12:15 and 8 o'clock. There will be no 5:45 kickoff live on Realltom Football. It will be Newcastle against Manchester City after the Mansfield-Arsenal game. And once again, you are able to watch the highlights or just go to the TNT Sports YouTube channel. Have a close look at the very, very bottom of the stand and you will find my face in the Arsenal away end because I was there. It was beautiful. Okie dokie then. Let's head over to TNT Sports where you can watch the match tonight. TNT Sports 1 HD, TNT Sports Ultimate, Discovery Plus. Also for free to air viewers if you do want to watch. Well, if you do have a TNT Sports subscription, even though I don't like them, I would recommend you to use that as opposed to the BBC. Because by watching the BBC, you are putting yourselves into a position where your TV license may come in question. You are also supporting a company who is very, very bad for this country and very, very bad for the UK's pockets. So, if anybody does have a TNT Sports subscription, I would highly recommend you to utilize that as opposed to watching via the BBC or any corporation in association with the BBC. With the exclusion of Channel 4. Did you spot me? Did you spot me, Flicks? Come on, tell me you spotted me. I mean, on the actual highlights of the game, I appear probably about 3 or 4 times. I'm literally front row. You can't miss me. I was in an Arsenal shirt, mate. I had nothing on other than an Arsenal shirt and my jeans. Farai Hallam is your match official for this game between Wolves and Liverpool. He was the referee who made that bold decision on his Premier League debut at the Etihad Stadium. And now he is in charge of the second meeting in just 3 days between Wolverhampton Wanderers and Liverpool at Molineux. The same fixture, different competition, but the same stadium. The only difference is we are in the DA29C red of the Emirates FA Cup. We are underway at Molineux for Wolves as they take on Liverpool once more this season. And here's Cody Gakpo. Nice start by Liverpool. Fast and on the front foot. Oh, yeah. When you get a chance, like I say, though, watch the highlights and try and find me. You need to watch them whole as well. You need to look carefully. But I did have a front row seat. I know. I had a front row seat. Which meant that I was in Luke's eyeline all game. Oh, God. Believe me, I've seen the clips that he's taken of me. One minute and 30. John Richter Belgarn. And if you're on about the game at on Wednesday, watching the highlights, just watch the whole thing through. You'll find me. Okay. Towards Bueno, cleared as far as Mateus Mane. Jones at left back. Yes, I'm so glad that I wore my Arsenal shirt in the end and nothing else because it wasn't that cold. And also, I only found out I was front row until I got to I didn't realise it was front row until I literally got to the entrance of the stand. I was like, ooh. Hugo Bueno, lovely ball. A bit too high for Totti Gomez. Bad. Okay, Liverpool corner. Ryan Sheen, by the way, welcome into Aiden. Good to see you. Welcome all. Okay, so 8 minutes in. Virgil van Dijk. Another bold prediction, eh? 5-4 for Liverpool. Would be interesting. Do apologise for that noise, folks, by the way. My thing just dropped. Yeah, I'm nearly on the 9th minute as well. Oh no, I'm not. I don't support the BBC. Well, the BBC are worse. And Gamoa, oh, good set shot. Spot on. Liverpool front. Kate and Jonathan, good to see you. Welcome aboard. How are you doing? Salah to Sober's line. McAllister. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that's what I predicted, to be fair. Been brave, and Arakadar here for Wolves. Jean-Luc Bellegarde spreads it for Matheus Mane. Bueno. Angel Gomez. Gomez, Matheus Mane. Angel Gomez went down. Arakadar. João Gomez. Where it goes. And Shatshua having to go at Robertson. Ball hung away by Van Dijk with the header. Just make sure that my mic is correct. And it's not. So let me just change that for you. Now, should be brief little change in audio, but hopefully a better. Yeah. And yeah, I do apologize as well if the camera's a little bit displaced, would be the right word to say. Again, the laptop did get moved on Wednesday, obviously to be transported to Brighton. 17th minute. Gakpo has been pulled back by Bueno, who is going to get a yellow card. It's not a clever challenge. It's a little tug on Gakpo's arm, but it's needless and it earns him a yellow card. Santiago Bueno. Nil-nil. Rio Engamoa down that left. Salah. And now Soberslime. Well, same routine as Tuesday, 18th minute. And respect paid to Diogo Jota, Liverpool's number 20, but Wolves' number 18. And of course, because we're playing at Molineux, it is the 18th minute that Diogo Jota is remembered and celebrated by all sets of fans in Molineux tonight. Gakpo's ball driven in, but Shashua defends it at the near post and puts it behind for a corner. To be fair, I'm not too sure that I do, but big up, welcome aboard. Short corner. Into the box. Claimed by Sam Johnston. Just looking at the schedule. Not too much happening in the game at the minute. I remember chance shot comes in. There was definitely a few deflections, and that is going to lead to a corner. That's not a bad corner. Require Johnson to tip it over the bar. Behind for another one. So 0-0. We've played 26 minutes. We're in the 27th now. Goalless at Molineux. Liverpool, I think, are going to be having a free kick in a minute. Come on. Gravenberch. Excellent movement there. Oh, that's a chance. And turn behind for a corner by João Gomez. Turn behind for a corner by João Gomez. Headed away by Rakadar. I don't care, to be fair. Oh, it's... Well, Johnson had it covered, but that shot from Gravenberch created the optical illusion that it had gone in the back of the net. And that deflection of the advertising board, pushing it into the back of the outside of the net, was what created the optical illusion, I think. Well, I'd rather the delay than having to watch that tosh. Even though it isn't too much anyway. Santiago Bueno. Totti Gomez. Mateus Mane. Hey, Joe Gomez. No. Joe Gomez is... It's going to be a free kick. Foul on João Gomez by Gravenberch. Stood in, I think. You won't win 6-1. You'll win probably 3-1 if you're lucky. Yeah. Joe Gomez onto Curtis Jones. No, I know you won't, Hazard. Probably not much to spoil anyway in this game, I wouldn't have thought. It's probably going to be a case of one goal wins it, I would say. Because not a lot's been generated. Not a lot's been generated at all. And Gamal making a bit of a difference on that left-hand side, though. His youth. They should have moved the Premier League fixture. That's Gravenberch, and it was blocked. And then Joe Gomez has a hit, but it's a wild hit that goes devastatingly wide. Yeah. Cody Gakpo, Birch, Soboslai, McAllister. Van Dijk to McAllister. And Soboslai. Salah. Through the legs of Bueno, but then Totti Gomez with a comfortable intervention. Back with Curtis Jones. Gakpo on the left. Gravenberch. Part of the ball by Shatsure on Engemar. Seven minutes to go in the first half. Goalless. And Wolves aren't that commonly known, not just this season, but over the course of several seasons. He gave up Coca-Cola for Lent. For scoring in the first half, yeah, they're not trending for their goals in the first half of games, Wolves. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. Free kick there. It will be. Salah and Szoboszlai offer a threat, and quite a significant one when it comes to a dead ball. And a free kick here, Liverpool. And Szoboszlai into the wall, falls to Gravenberch, and it's straight at Johnston. Well, not a bad execution of the free kick, but the wall does its job. Low block was in play. And Robertson. Mo Salah for Liverpool. Joe Gomez. Shatshure's clearance to Sam Johnston. squashes can be addictive. Do get boring though once you've had a few packets in a space of about a week, I'd say. Your mouth will always get bored of something at times. Always. In my view, anyway. And the last 90 seconds of the 45. Engamoto. You're going Swansea Stoke, are you, in the Championship? Nice. Swansea.com Stadium. Weird name for a ground, I must say. You don't like watching slot ball. Fair enough. I can't fault you for not watching. I can't fault you for not liking slot ball. 12:30 for a 3 p.m. That's a bit early. That's a bit early. I ain't gonna lie about it. That's a bit early. I normally get to the ground for about an hour before kickoff. About an hour before kickoff, me normally. Or don't park then. Get public transport. Walk. I don't know. I mean, I almost well, no, I don't. I don't ever drive to stadiums. I get public transportation of some means or walk. I mean, with the case of Molineux, it was walk. Because you can very easily walk to Molineux. In fact, yeah, Wolverhampton's quite walkable. Wolverhampton's quite walkable. It's not quite walkable to get to the Amex Stadium. You do need to get a train from Brighton and Hove Station, or just Brighton Station, up to Falmouth. Half time, and it's 0-0. Game's not really ignited, but Rio Engamoa showing a little bit of positivity on the left-hand side, but it's the exact same position that we were in on Tuesday with this type of fixture. The half-time score is 0-0. Fair enough. Yeah, if it were me, I'd just be, well, if it's a 3 o'clock kickoff and it's, well, I mean, I don't know. Get to the ground, really, for about 2 o'clock. And not a second earlier. No, home games, I wouldn't. An hour is more than enough, normally. An hour is more than enough, normally. Yeah, but I wouldn't. That's it. There's no if that I would do nothing because I wouldn't. It's not a case of me fantasizing about what I'd do because I know what I'd do. Nothing, because I wouldn't do it. I would be likely in a pub or somewhere like that, or on the train. I would not be at the stadium until an hour before kickoff. or within the stadium's boundary, for instance. Two and a half hours before kickoff. Sheesh. Oh, sheesh. That's a bit over the top, if I'm honest with you. I can't lie. I mean, half an hour before kickoff, maybe I understand that, but you do not need to be in the ground as soon as the turnstiles open. Like, up to 2.5 hours early is crazy. Unless you're in hospitality. If you're in hospitality and you're going to get fed, then fine. But outside of that, you do not need to be in the ground until about half hour before kickoff. You see, with me, it's either before or after the match I have tea. In the case of Brighton, I won't lie, I was a little bit more than an hour early. But that's because I misjudged how long it was going to take for me to get to the ground. I left the hotel about 5:35, got to the station about 5:45 because I had to ride an e-bike up to the station. I was at the ground for roughly about, I think I want to say 6:05. Obviously, that wasn't what the intention was, but it was what happened, so... £65, reasonable. I had a premium room as well. Yes. You heard that right. I had a premium room on the 8th floor, out of the way of the noise, and because, there was 2 nightclubs near my hotel. Yes. There was 2 nightclubs near my hotel, so I thought, instead of spending £12 on breakfast, let's have a premium room and then pay a £5 for breakfast at Wetherspoons. So in the end, breakfast and the hotel, £70. They're not bad. Charlie, big up to you. How you doing? Welcome aboard. Do you want a ticket to the Everton game, bud? I've got one. Well, I bought it for £150 with the intent to resell it, but I don't think I'm going to get a resell, so... I'll even take a discount if you want me to. I just need it gone and at least 100 back. If you've got anybody as well who wants the ticket, then yeah. I just need it gone. Because I ain't going to that game. You can, but for £150. In fact, no, you can't. You're a Liverpool fan. Well, you can, but you can't. You can, but you can't. It's a home end ticket, of course. It is a North Bank ticket. And it's a unrestricted view. Obviously, there isn't a restricted view in the Emirates, really. We don't have poles or anything like that. We're a round stadium, so of course you aren't going to come across a restricted view in the Emirates. I've got about 7 days to get it gone, so what I'll do is I'll leave my listing up on Fan Pass until probably Sunday. If it doesn't sell, I'll lower the price. Oh, we will. We will. Here she is. I would. But I'm looking to get the face value back. So if Charlie wants it, it'll be a last minute. Official partners of Brighton are Google Pixel, British Airways, Kissimmee, Florida, Nike, Heineken, Football Manager, SnickersUK.com, Avalara, Lucasade, Monster Energy, Southern Railways, Betway, MPB rather, Wayfair.co.uk, Mansell McTaggart, Rockwater, Harvey's Brewery, Focus Group, Gap Solutions, Hossiden Besson, Mayo Win Baxter, Sun Harvest, Philadelphia, Exalt, Mexmast, the Montefiore Hospital, Foster and Co, MB Roofings Limited, Copylink, Gemtech, Sussex Alfault, Hanover, Wood Art Group, Porsche Centre Mid Sussex, Rivervale, Seagull Travel, Extra Expert Logistics, Group 1 Brighton BMW, O&G Creative Marketing Salute Partners, Flowers Unlimited, lightbros.co.uk, Kingsley Roofing, The Agora, Rainbow Restoration, The Flower Pot Bakery, Rex, Avencrop, Origin Amenity Solution, and Reap Sync Turf Care. Fingers crossed. Oh, bog off with that prediction. It's Everton. Yeah, Mansfield 5-0. Yeah, no, never. Has a Ashik. Mr. B, Harry. So we're still 0-0. The exact same position that we were in. At half time in. Yeah. Dream League soccer, I agree. Oh, yeah, I mean, like, I wouldn't play it, but I'm just going to sit here and say I agree. So we're just waiting. Second half to get underway. Let's go, that second half. Here we go. Wolves against Liverpool for the second time in this week and the final time this season. The second half is about to get underway. Who will win it and who will progress to the fifth quarterfinals or the semi-finals? Here we go. I think it's quarterfinals. I hope it's quarterfinals. We are off at Molineux. Second half is underway. Joe Gomez is not great. I'm not going to lie. So there's going to be a corner yet for Liverpool. Headed away by Arakadar. Not going to be. John Richter Bellegarde. And out wide to Jack Stewart. They do score more in the second half, Wolves. Mosquera, nice long throw. It's not bad. It's towards the byline in the 18-yard box. Back in by Yerson Mosquera. High cross, but Matez Mona does make contact. Arakadar's in there. Bellegarde has a jump. And João Gomez for the Wolves. And Yerson Mosquera for Wolves. Ball right across. Oh, not a bad one either. João Gomez for Wolves, and now Jack Stewart. Liverpool counter on. Salah is through. Up against Totti Gomez. Did score on Tuesday. Joe's joining in. Robertson has a shot. Robertson scores. Liverpool lead on 51 minutes at Molineux. And Andy Robertson, a man who hasn't started many times this season for Liverpool, gets a goal for Liverpool. It must be his first of the season. And it's a goal that puts Liverpool ahead in the FA Cup. It's a goal that puts Liverpool ahead in the FA Cup. And of course, if Liverpool do win this, as well as Napoli, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, PSG all winning, that price boost will be £10, returning for £1 stake. It's a great goal by Andy Robertson. His third career goal against Wolves. And it's his third out of 13 goals in total scored against Wolves. And Robertson pulls in across 2-0. And Salah is not going to count. Offside flag is up. What a ball across though by Robertson. What a ball across. Now, is VAR in use tonight? We are in the 5th round, so is VAR in use tonight? Do we know? We are a Premier League ground with VAR equipped. And yeah, there is VAR. So VAR are checking it. We're going to get the picture of the VAR check. And it will be game over if this goal's given. Because and Realltom has awarded the goal. VAR check complete. Goal given. No offside offence. And the ball across by Robertson, who scored the first. Assists Salah for Liverpool second. And they lead now 2-0 at Molineux. So 2 goals in quick succession. Wolves to Liverpool 2. Angamoa. Now Cody Gakpo. And if Liverpool are to score a third, it would wrap it up, surely. You could only imagine. And I am going to put my notifications on for these games that could potentially be the difference between my £10 win and not. And Bayern has just gone 4-0 up against Mönchengladbach as well. Nicholas Jackson scoring the latest. It's currently 1-1 between Preston North End and Oxford United. Now, you did lose to them at the week in the Prem. I know that you're winning tonight, but you lost them in the Premier League. So let's not get too all about all of this, because you did suffer a defeat at Molineux on Tuesday. And really, that's the result that will be probably more viewed, I would imagine. And again, this is knockout football as well. And it's the Liverpool fans at Molineux who are singing Wembley, Wembley. A win here would put them one step closer, and Napoli one step closer to the 3 points against Torino, as they've scored a second. And it's now 2-0 to AS Monaco. That could be harmful for PSG. In terms of the Real Madrid game, Aurélien Tchouameni with the opener for Real Madrid. Iglesias with the equaliser, 1-1, 57 minutes. And Bayern is just about to complete a 4-0 Bundesliga victory over Mönchengladbach. .31 minutes to go at Molineux. Very different story to the one on Tuesday in the Premier League for Liverpool. They're 2-0 up here. In cruise control. And they are half an hour away from knocking Wolves out of the FA Cup. Practically eliminating any chance of a small amount of joy for Wolves this season. And maybe that is the issue for Wolves, because of these two fixtures being so close together. You're playing the exact same team who, you beat on Tuesday, but again, contrary to Liverpool. And I do think that one of the games should have been moved to give a bit of a buffer between the two fixtures. And Engamoa had the skill, and not too far away. So that's not bad. That's not bad. Adam Armstrong is going to come on to replace Angel Gomez here for Wolves. Change on the hour mark, half hour for Adam Armstrong at least, you'd imagine, when you include added time with VAR as well in use tonight. And Borussia Mönchengladbach have found a consolation at the Allianz Arena against Bayern Munich 4-1. That's going to finish. Subject to VAR check, of course. As are most goals nowadays. And PSG are back in it against Monaco. 2-1. Yeah, just 2 shots from Wolves, 1 on target. And you've had 15 Liverpool attempts, 6 on target. And a lot of it's been this second half as well. So yeah, PSG have got 19 minutes. Bradley Barcola getting them back in it, 2-1 to Monaco. Van Dijk, no issues there whatsoever defensively against Adam Armstrong. That's given away, and Bellegarde picks it up. And Arakadar couldn't control it. It wasn't a bad ball either by Bellegarde. It was not a bad ball by Jean-Luc de Bellegarde, but a lack of control from Arakadar. And time ticks on. The last time these two played, Wolves did find 2 goals beyond the 79-minute mark. Liverpool, of course, found their equaliser in quick response to Wolves' first, but Wolves did go on and win the game in the stoppage time period. So there's nothing for saying that Wolves can't find 2 goals late, but the circumstances are different. It's not 0-0. They're 2-0 down. And it is a Liverpool side who are playing better than what they did on Tuesday. And it's a Wolves side who haven't carried as much threat as what they did on Tuesday either. Engamo down that left, looking to add threat and maybe create the third goal, which would absolutely put the game, get the result beyond doubt, you'd imagine. I think if this goes 3-0 Liverpool, it's done and dusted. You don't see a way back for Wolves at 3-0. Well, Monaco have scored a third at PSG just to potentially remove any doubt, any hope of a comeback there. "25 minutes to go. I'm not sure if we've got any or many games at 3 o'clock tomorrow. It being the 5th round. And no, there's no 3 o'clock kickoffs tomorrow in the FA Cup, so it's a fully EFL focused 3 o'clock period tomorrow. We've got Mansfield Arsenal at 12:15, Wrexham Chelsea at 5:45, Newcastle Man City will be out at 8 o'clock. And then I'm presuming that Super Sunday is going to be a similar format, really. I can't imagine that we'll be getting simultaneous games on Sunday. If you aren't getting any 3 o'clock kickoffs on a Saturday, tells you what stage we're at. Obviously, per round, the amount of teams are halved, of course. Because it is knockout football. Each match, one team knocks out one way or another. And yeah, just the 3 games on Sunday. 12 o'clock for your Fulham Southampton, Port Vale Sunderland. The 1:30 kickoff will be live for that one. And also Leeds Norwich at Elland Road, which should be exciting. Then you've got West Ham Brentford on Monday. You've also got some EFL Championship on Sunday, and it's going to be a 4:30 kickoff for Queen's Park Rangers against Borough, which should be really exciting, actually. And that is a rare treat, actually. And I think that's just Sky Sports trying to fill a gap there, really, you'd imagine. And then, yeah, Monday, obviously, you've got West Ham Brentford. I'm going to leave that one then. So Bayern Munich have won 4-1 in that 7:30 game in the German Bundesliga. Of course, it was a 8:30 local time kickoff. It will be 10:25 in Germany as well. Well, it's going to be substitution time for Liverpool. We're going to see the doubtful person today, Florian Wirtz, who was a doubt going into this, but he's coming on. And he's going to replace Rio Angamoa, who has been a live wire, a youthful live wire down that left-hand side. And 68.5 minutes is what he gets on the pitch. Replacement for him is going to be Florian Wirtz, and Jeremy Frimpong will come on to replace Mo Salah. So Liverpool looking to lock up defensively a bit more, you would imagine, or maybe, well, I don't know. They're playing a back 4, aren't they? I mean, he's taking off 2 attackers, bringing on 1 defender, 1 attacker. Really? You're bringing on Wirtz and Frimpong on for Salah and Engamoa. Anyways, is what it is. Can't do that about Liverpool 2. I'm going to go for a very quick break. Don't go anywhere. Back in just a second. Not much is happening in this game so far. Yellow card dished out by Farai Hallam. There we are back after that very quick break. Don't tend to take long, I don't. When I do need to exit the scene for a brief second. Plenty more FA Cup action, though, where this has come from, because, of course, tomorrow you can join us at 12 o'clock. We're going to be live for Mansfield Arsenal. Big one for the Arsenal after that big win at Brighton, of course, on Wednesday. I will only hope that we can continue our form and win that game as well. It's currently a winning streak of 3 games on the bounce. For Arsenal, of course, beating Spurs, Chelsea, and Brighton. And I'm sure we're expected to beat Mansfield tomorrow away. And I most certainly would expect the victory, which will take us to the 5th quarterfinals, I'd imagine. I mean, let's just make sure that we definitely are looking at quarterfinals and not semis, because most certainly I can get confused. I mean, I should be quarterfinals. I mean, Yeah, you've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So 18 will be halved to... No, that can't be right. Hang on. 2, 4. Oh, yeah, no. Sorry. 16, yeah, 8. So, yeah, that's right. 8, 4, 2, yeah. So, yeah, quarterfinals are next. So, yeah, one more opportunity for me to get to an FA Cup match. Make it a good one, because I probably will go. I probably would go, to be fair. I'm not going to lie. If it was a good... I mean, look, who've we got? Let's see. Well, obviously, Wolves are about to go out here, I would imagine, anyway. Chelsea away is an option, or Chelsea at home, of course. I would love Newcastle to beat Man City, and that to be an away trip. And Curtis Jones has added to the scoring. Liverpool are on their way to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. And in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, Arsenal faced Crystal Palace, which led us on to play Chelsea in the semi-finals. Liverpool are quarterfinal bound in the Emirates FA Cup, and they lead 3-0 at Molineux. But yeah, no, Newcastle away is definitely one I am looking for it. I'm not going to tell you a lie. And this is not me trying to say, well, we're in a big title race. I want to see Man City get knocked out. It's not that. However, what it kind of is for me is I would love to do Newcastle away in the FA Cup, because I've not taken the opportunity this year to do Newcastle away, and I should be really doing it. And so if that was to be our FA Cup tie, subject to us beating Man City, which I expect us to bloody do, I would love it. And I would absolutely go in a heartbeat. What would also be amazing is if Leeds could be beaten by Norwich at Carrow, and we get a trip to Carrow Road, because it's a really good away day. It's really convenient, and it's really easy. On the contrary, Leeds away would also be fun. Maybe Sunderland away as well would be fun, definitely. Southampton away would be great as well. Fulham or West Ham away, I would potentially invest in. Brentford away would be too hard to get tickets, I would imagine. So there's plenty of options. And like I said, I mean, look, somebody will say it to me, but I have been a shambles with the FA Cup this year, and there's no denying it. There isn't any hiding from it. I won't tell you a lie, though, when I tell you some of the ties have been not really that... I mean, either just not really kind of worth me going at them. Do you know what I mean? Portsmouth away was just going to be too difficult to get tickets for. It was just too prickly, that Portsmouth one. Then you had, obviously, the Wigan game, which was never worth investing in. I mean, the Wolves game being rescheduled was kind of the confirmation I wasn't going Wigan. Well, just looking at this situation, obviously it's not by any stretch of the imagination a situation that you want to see. But for Wolves, most certainly an opportunity at silverware has dissipated now, and there's zero doubt about that. You know, an opportunity at silverware has definitely gone for Wolves in a season that's been miserable. But the positive I think you can take from this, as in a Wolves point of view, is that you beat them on Tuesday. You got the 3 points in the Premier League, which is where you're trying to avoid relegation. And whilst an FA Cup fairy tale would be beautiful, I think that the victory, Flicks and Fraser, for Wolves has been picked up in the right place for Wolves, because obviously 3 points from Wolves' point of view is more important than an FA Cup quarter-final place, in my view, when you are faced with relegation. And yeah, Liverpool have come into this, you know what I mean, after that defeat, and it's just fresh. You know what I mean? It's such a fresh, you know what I mean? It's like back to Molyneux straight away. And so, because of that short time frame between the two games, Liverpool have had enough time to get the mindset tweaked, just adjust, you know what I mean? Bellegarde hits one. And yeah, when you lose like that, it's going to hurt you. But again, you've got 2-3 days on the training ground, and then you come back to the same ground, and it can be a very different story. And that's what it's been tonight. And personally, I don't think Wolves have been great. They've only had, to my belief, 2 attempts, 1 on target, something like that. But Liverpool have been a lot more positive tonight. And again, I think that this result is just a testament to the damage it can cause to certain teams when you're playing the same guys at home twice in a 3-day period. And I think that for situations like this to be averted, somebody should reschedule fixtures, because I don't think it's that fair on Wolves, really, that this fixture's come about so quickly in the FA Cup straight after the Premier League. And the Premier League have more of a leniency to reschedule fixtures, really, because obviously they've got the freedom of the whole calendar. All they've got to do is avoid Champions League, avoid all this. But the FA Cup is kind of in a specific time window. But I definitely think that, like I say, the short time frame between the two games is what probably has benefited Liverpool but affected Wolves. We're going to see Ibrahima Konate come on for Liverpool, I think, and he's going to replace Virgil van Dijk. Normally 2 partners, but tonight they're replacing it. Well, one's replacing the other. And I mentioned to you earlier about Oxford potentially getting a big win to get out of the relegation zone. Well, they're 3-1 up at Deepdale. They got the opener through Hellick. Osmajic got Preston's equaliser, but 2 goals in the second half from Will Lancashire and Brown appear to have won Oxford the game, because they're 3-1 up. And as things stand, West Bromwich Albion are in the relegation zone. And it is on goal difference, but it doesn't matter how you do it. If you're staying up by goal difference or whatever difference, you're staying up. That's all that matters. And obviously there's a long, long way to go, but That's a huge win for Oxford there. With 12 minutes to go. And Preston, as things stand, with that 3-1 scoreline, are on a -1 goal difference, and they're on 49 points. It would be a huge blow for them in search of top 6. Because, of course, had they won tonight, and they still can win if they get 3 goals, but unlikely, they could have been on 52 points and right up the noses of Southampton, and to win 5 points in the top 6. And yeah, Sunday, Middlesbrough have got to be careful, of course, because, well, Ipswich have got a better goal difference than them. Ipswich plus 26, Middlesbrough plus 19, which means that if Ipswich are to win their game tomorrow, just hang on a minute. So they're up against Leicester, and I would personally expect and want Ipswich to beat Leicester, because of Leicester getting relegated, obviously. And so that puts Middlesbrough under a lot of pressure, because they're playing at R4 on Sunday against QPR. They've got to win that. If Ipswich win, they don't have a choice. So that is a huge, huge problem for Middlesbrough, and they have to find a way to be getting that goal difference up, because if they don't, I mean, they're 7 down on goal difference when it comes to them against Ipswich. And like I say, the gap is 3 points between themselves and Ipswich. And until Ipswich drop points, that pressure is going to stay on Borough. But Ipswich are up there, and they're sniffing up the noses of Middlesbrough, and they're pushing, and they're asking the question about a return to the Prem. And you look at that final day, and how difficult is that away day on the final day for Borough, away to Wrexham. They've got to put the foundations in place now, Borough, and find a way to avert Ipswich causing a problem. Like I said, there's still a long way to go, but you have to find a way now, sooner rather than later. Because if you don't, well, Ipswich's form is not bad. I mean, they've lost 1 of the last 5, winning the last 4 out of 5. Cleared away by Sam Johnston. Well, big problem for Paris Saint-Germain at the top of the Ligue. They were about to lose 3-1 at home to Monaco, which is a significantly concerning result. Ooh, chance for Morrison, one of the youths coming on. Frimpong here. Oh, this could be a chance for a fourth. Should have been. Should have squared it. Frimpong might have tried to, but you feel as though that should have been 4-0. And the cherry on the icing on the cake. The icing was 3-0. Put the cherry on top. Got a corner out of it. Sober's line. It's not a great one. It is kept alive, though, by Jones, who got a good touch on it. Forward by Nioni, I think. Lovely ball by Sobersley to Gravenberch. All the way across. Canate was going at it like a striker. And he missed his kick. And his face is saying, how have I not scored that? Probably because you're not a striker, Ibrahim Canate. That should have been the fourth goal. That should have been game over. Moller Wolf pulling back Frimpong, free kick. 4 minutes of added time at the end. And like I say, I'll reiterate myself from earlier on. This is the impact, I think, for Wolves, where you've got 2 games against the same opponents at the same place within 3 days of each other. Again, say that the victory was picked up in the right place and at the right time. You got the 3 points in the Premier League. And I think that when you judge it, and Hwang here is going to try and get a goal back, he's going to get a goal back. And Liverpool's clean sheet is gone. Not that it matters because it's the FA Cup. But Wolves have what would be, I would think, a consolation. Fair enough to you. I'm just here doing my job, finishing it off. It's a good goal by Hwang. And there's no way there could be a comeback, surely. Crazier things have happened. 3-0 down to 3-3 in 4 minutes. There'll be more time, won't there, because of the goal? He's being surrounded by players, wins the foul like that. The winning of the foul there should do it. You're still 2 up. You're still 2 up. There's no way you can be bottling it from 2 up with a minute and 20 seconds left on the clock. And yeah, I do need to change the score. You're right. There you go. Here's Verts and Gakpo, Gravenberch even, and Jones, and that's going to be 4-1. The flag's going to go up to deny Ryan Gravenberch, but maybe VAR will check it. Maybe they won't. Of course, we did have one offside decision on the field overturned by VAR to give Liverpool their second goal. But I don't think Gravenberch is going to stand a chance with this one, and he's not. Well, they aren't too fussed about conceding a goal, are they? They're happy. The away fans, much happier than Tuesday. Would have been nice if Arsenal could have had it this way. Not going to lie about it. On we go. And it is now to the discretion of Realltom, the referee. Kieran Morrison chopped down, free kick. Yellow card. It's going to come for a João Gomez, goal scorer for Wolves on Tuesday. And 3 days later, same opponents, recipient of a yellow card. Florian Wirtz then against a 4-man wall with a free kick. Szoboszlai's left it all to him. Szoboszlai, in fact, is standing just next to that Wolves wall, and Florian Wirtz skies his free kick. And that's the full-time whistle. Doesn't matter. Job done for Liverpool. And again, saw one for Wolves, but it's the consequence of playing the same fixture twice within 3 days, 4 days. But Wolves won in the Premier League. They got the 3 points, but their chance at silverware in a bad season, a season of relegation likely, is gone. And that is because Liverpool on Friday night have done their job, but didn't do on Tuesday night. So, all you really need to say is Wolves got the 3 points, but Liverpool get the quarter-final place. In 180 minutes of football, that is the way it goes. And yeah, not really much doubt of the result once it went to 2-0, if I'm honest with you. Final score once more at Molineux tonight is Wolves 1, Liverpool 3. Well, let's quickly round things up, and round things up indeed we shall, because Real Madrid have found a goal against Celta Vigo. But first, let's have a little look over what is coming up for you guys tomorrow, which is Saturday, of course, live in the Emirates FA Cup, all live on TNT Sports for UK viewers, of course, to view. And it is Mansfield Arsenal at the One Call Field Nil Stadium, I think it is. 12:15 kickoff. Come on, you Gunners, big one tomorrow. And of course, I'll be bringing the live watch along for it. 5:45 for Wrexham against Chelsea. That should be one that is filled with intrigue. 8 o'clock for Newcastle, Manchester City. And you can join us for that one at 7:45. You can join us at 12 o'clock for Mansfield Arsenal. So 12 o'clock, Mansfield Arsenal, 7:45 for the Newcastle Man City game. And then Super Sunday, you've got 3 games to watch. Fulham Southampton at 12 o'clock. 1:30 for Port Vale Sunderland, and Leeds Norwich at 4:30. Let's have a look at the final scores then. Across all competitions. Napoli beating Torino 2-1. Alisson Santos and Elgif Elmas with the 2 goals. For Napoli, there was a consolation, which may have caused a slight bit of concern at 87 minutes for Cesar Casadei for Torino, but it finished 2-1 to Napoli, and they are in third, and they are just a point behind AC Milan in that top 3, 11 points, though, rather behind Inter Milan, who are looking like they're going to win the Serie A title. Still live and going, but just finished now. Real Madrid getting a 2-1 win at Celta Vigo. They've had to fork it out. Aurelien Tchouameni with the opener, equaliser Borja Iglesias, but Federico Valverde with that late winning goal for Real Madrid, which has them a point behind Barcelona at the top of the La Liga, and on 63 points with a plus 33 goal difference. So still work to do for Real Madrid, as they will surely in the end win the La Liga title. Bayern Munich, no doubts for them in their 4-1 victory over Borussia Mönchengladbach, and that has them 14 points clear of Borussia Dortmund at the top. Massive blow for PSG as they were beaten 3-1 at home by Monaco, and the final nail in the coffin put in by following Balogun just 2 minutes after Bradley Barcola got one back for PSG, and it's a 3-1 home defeat at the Parc des Princes for PSG against AS Monaco, who move on to 40 points to within 3 points of the top 4 and Marseille. PSG do have a 4-point gap over Racing Club de Lens, who are the closest team to them in French Ligue 1. Okay, well, Virgil van Dijk is doing his post-match thoughts on TNT Sports, but it is the end of the stream because the Wolves have been beaten 3-1 by Liverpool tonight. Again, the 3 points were claimed for Wolves over the course of 180 minutes at Molineux against Liverpool, but Liverpool come away with the spot in the FA Cup quarterfinals. And next up is 12 o'clock tomorrow for Mansfield Arsenal at the One Call Field Mill Stadium, which is a 12:15 kickoff, and 8 o'clock as well. Newcastle Man City. You can join us for the build-up for that one at 7:45. From here, from me, thank you very much for watching. Have a good night, and we will see you all back here tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Bye-bye.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.